Hey you guys, I'm here to do today's quick short reading, but before we jump right on into today's message and energy, I would like to take a little bit of our time to read this month's passage from a calendar that I came across through Synchronicity. And this calendar is called My Incredible Granddaughter, Don't Let Anyone Dull Your Sparkle. And so for the month of June, it says light up the day with your mojo. And eat sunshine for breakfast and you'll beam radiantly all day. And so for the month of June, it goes on to say, if you're anything like me, a lot of days feel like a funky blue cloud is hanging over my head. Some days I just want to crawl back into bed and throw the covers over my head and be pouty if anyone tries to even talk to me. Well, I discovered that the best way to chase the blues away is to inject some sunshine into my soul. I simply convinced myself that no matter the storms that approach, the day is going to be absolutely amazing. And if I've eaten a big bowl of sunshine for breakfast, starting a day with a glowing attitude not only allows us to deal with life's inevitable challenges, it also brings our positive mojo to any situation. And bottom line, that is more than half the solution to almost any problem. So serve yourself up a big bowl of sunshine for breakfast. Go ahead, have a second one if you want, because today is going to be a great day. I just know it. And so I really feel like this message, this month's passage, kind of resonates with today's energy. The cards that came out for us today, we have in the environment desert, and this card represents diligent, fierce, and passion. And then we have flip phone, which represents serious, down to business, diligent. And then we have colors, verified blue. And this card represents popular, attractive, favored. And then we have the month of September. And then in the tarot, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Chariot. And so the first thing I was getting with this message is that the past is of great significance. I feel like in the past, like a past September, this is a past September, you really was needing to use your intuition to make some beneficial changes, some appropriate adjustments or decisions. I feel like you were in a very challenging period in time, or I'm getting that you dealt with like the energy feels very restrictive, or it could be delays or blockages, but I'm getting compressed feeling of restriction, which led to an energy of a lot of frustration. So because you were dealing with that, you really had to use your intuition to figure out how to relieve some of that pressure, the tightening of something. I'm getting the compression and needing to really use your intuition to figure out where the problems were, or lies, or whatever. And so once again, I'm getting like a very limiting energy during that period of time. And so once again, I'm getting this is like surrounding the past, around September, the month of September. This is what you were facing. And so once again, you really needed to use your intuition to make beneficial changes and adjustments and decisions, and really rely and depend on your intuition to do so. But also at the same time, you really had to be realistic with yourself. There wasn't no room for you to pretend that there wasn't no issue or problems, or make things pretend that things are better than what they really were. So you really had to be real with yourself, realistic with yourself at around that period of time as well. So I was getting that you really, because you had to be real with yourself, realistic, honest. The word that I was getting is, even if it was like a hard pill to swallow, is what I'm getting, the way to best describe this energy. Like, even if it was a hard pill to swallow, you had to be real and honest with yourself. There was no pretending. You couldn't, lie to yourself in some capacity. So with the Chariot being here, this could be, you know, overly ambitious. But in the Pages energy, because we have the 2 pages of the Pentacle and the Cup, Page of Pentacle, and so you could be very determined and ambitious, but there's 2 pages here, so I do get youthful energy with that, young energy, or like a student. At the same time, someone that's pretty new at something, but very determined with the Chariot. The Chariot is a major arcana, so it is like big energy here. So I don't know if this is like being overly ambitious, but only having limited knowledge, or a student, or new to something here with the Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. I don't know. Once again, I'm just seeing the need during that period, because I'm seeing this as a past situation, needing to follow your intuition, figure things out, and be real and honest with yourself. But the other perspective that I'm seeing this in is that people could have been talking, a person or people could have been talking, gossiping, saying that you're not built for something, or being realistic. With this pages, 2 pages and a Chariot, this could have been what the gossip was about around September and last September, a past September. It doesn't have to be last September. It could have been 2 years ago around September. I don't know, but I'm heavily getting past energy. Like this is a past September. It could potentially be up and coming, but once again, I feel like you in the past had to deal with a situation, some challenges and some frustration, and you really had to use your intuition to really work things through and figure things out. And because you had to really heavily rely on your intuition, there could have been a person or people who are gossiping about your situation and was kind of maybe criticizing your approach and how you were handling or what you were doing, and could have been saying you're not being realistic in a way. It's kind of like what I'm getting, because I do see an energy of being overly ambitious with the Chariot, with the 2 pages energy, and as well as maybe hopeful thinking, wishful thinking, kind of involved in here in some way, pertaining to some type of circumstances. And the reason why I was saying that the passage for the month of June in the calendar kind of resonates with this message is because it states how, you know, thinking positively and being optimistic and being positive about your circumstances and situations can really uplift things here. And for some people or a person witnessing that, someone really following their intuition, but at the same time remaining positive, I'm hearing objective, but remaining positive and optimistic about, you know, their situation, circumstances, following their intuition to find solutions to any issues or problems. Someone could have been judging, criticizing, gossiping, saying that someone is just being, you know, either overly ambitious or having wishful thinking, hopeful thinking, not being realistic, not, you know, something like that is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that more so in the aspect of someone gossiping. There's gossip, so there could have been multiple people. I'm seeing between two people relaying a message pertaining to something like that. This is in past energy, so I feel like that message kind of correlates with this message here with today's energy. So Also, these cards here, they kind of wanted to come out in reverse, and I feel like there's a reason why these cards wanted to come out in reverse. The desert represents passion, fierce and heated. Flip phones represents serious, down to business, diligent. And then verified blue is popular, attractive, favored. But it, once again, it did want to come out in reverse. So I feel like there could have been some type of gossip when it's either people overly judging or criticizing, not recognizing that someone was in this energy, or not seeing this energy, or the energy wasn't present at all during that time. But I felt the need to turn it upright. When I picked it up, I turned it upright, so I just left it upright. But I feel like there's a reason, like maybe in the past it was in reverse. That could be changing. It's something like the reason why it flipped out in reverse, I feel like it could, you know, be of great significance. But I want to read a Archangel Oracle card for this message, because that's essentially what I got for this message. So I'm just going to pull from the middle, see what comes out for an oracle message here. And we have chakra clearing. And it says, Archangel Metatron, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Chakra clearing. Metatron uses chakra geometry shapes to clear and align the chakra energy centers in our bodies. Mentally ask Metatron to open your chakras, and he'll gently send his Metatron cube, the shape pictured in this illustration. Oh, I got it backwards. Through the crown chakra at the top of your head, the cube rotates downward, cleaning psychic toxins from your body and chakras. When your chakras are clear, you'll feel more energized and have increased intuition. So there's a need for some chakra clearing. Crown, to heighten your intuition. As I mentioned before, there was something about the need to really rely heavily on your intuition, and because you needed to really fall back on your intuition during that time when you're facing a lot of challenges, there could have been gossip of people saying that you weren't being realistic in some kind of way. So just take whatever resonates with this reading and message. I'm going to leave this message right here. The only signs that I do see here is with the Chariot of Cancer and Virgo with September. Some of the elements that I see here is earth, strong earth, and water. So yeah, I'm going to leave this reading right here. If this reading has helped you, you found it informative, entertaining, it resonated, whatever the case, like this video, follow so you can see more videos like this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.